Anatomy of a Royal Heist, the Three Musketeers Analysis. Hello and welcome back to the Emotive Archive. We left our hero, D'Artagnan, as the sole survivor of a perilous journey, the last man standing in a mission of national importance. His friends and protectors have been systematically neutralized by the Cardinal's agents, and he now carries the fate of the Queen of France on his young shoulders. Today, in our analysis of chapters 21 through 24, we will declassify the climax of this extraordinary operation. We move from the journey to the destination, from the chase to the prize. This is not just an adventure, it is a high-stakes heist, a desperate race against time to recover a compromised asset from the heart of an enemy nation. We will analyze D'Artagnan's encounters in England and his frantic return, a sequence of events that solidify his status as a legendary operative. D'Artagnan's arrival in England marks his first solo international operation. He is no longer just a recruit, he is the lead field agent. His first challenge is not a duel of swords, but a duel of wits against the Cardinal's top agent, the beautiful and deadly Milady de Winter. His brother-in-law, the Comte de Winter, attempts to detain him, a final official barrier. But D'Artagnan, now a seasoned operative, skillfully navigates this confrontation. His meeting with Milady is a tense psychological chess match. She attempts to probe him for information, using her charm and beauty as weapons. He, in turn, remains guarded, aware that he is facing a master of deception. This encounter is crucial because it establishes Milady not just as a distant threat, but a direct, personal antagonist to D'Artagnan. The rivalry that will define the rest of the novel is born in this brief, tense meeting. The true heart of the mission, however, is the rendezvous with the Duke of Buckingham. This scene is a fascinating portrait of the intersection of personal passion and political power. Buckingham is not just a lovelorn nobleman, he is the effective ruler of England. When D'Artagnan presents the Queen's letter, the Duke's reaction is one of pure, reckless love. He is willing to risk war, to risk everything for the honor of the woman he adores. But this romantic passion leads to a catastrophic intelligence failure. He proudly shows D'Artagnan the diamond studs, only to discover that two of them are missing. In this moment, we see the devastating effectiveness of the Cardinal's operation. His agent, Milady, has succeeded in her mission. She has stolen a portion of the compromised asset, making it impossible for the Queen to present the full set of 12. The heist has already happened, and our hero has arrived too late. What follows is a brilliant display of absolute power and desperate improvisation. The Duke of Buckingham, realizing the gravity of the situation, demonstrates the true reach of his authority. He immediately orders all the ports of England to be closed, effectively placing an entire nation on lockdown to prevent two tiny diamonds from leaving the country. This is a stunning display of power, a reminder that while the Cardinal operates through shadows and intrigue, the Duke wields the blunt, overwhelming force of the state. He then summons his personal jeweler, a master craftsman, and orders him to work day and night to create two perfect replicas of the stolen studs, a task for which he is willing to pay an exorbitant price. This sequence is the anatomy of a crisis response at the highest level. It is a frantic, high-stakes race against time, fueled by the Duke's immense wealth and his desperate love for the Queen. The final act of this section is D'Artagnan's journey back to Paris. It is even more perilous than his journey out. He is now a marked man, carrying an object of immense political value. The Cardinal's agents are now not just trying to stop him, they are trying to recover the asset he carries. His frantic ride is a testament to his courage and endurance. The climax at the royal ball is a masterpiece of suspense. The king demands the diamonds. The queen is pale with terror. The cardinal stands by with a triumphant smirk, ready to play his winning hand. He presents the 2 diamonds he received from Milady, believing he has exposed the queen. And in that exact moment, the Queen, thanks to D'Artagnan's impossible mission, is able to produce the full, complete set of 12 studs, revealing the Cardinal's 2 diamonds to be mere replacements. This is a total, crushing defeat for the Cardinal. His perfectly laid trap has been foiled by the courage of one young man and the absolute power of his English rival. The Queen's honor is saved, and D'Artagnan has cemented his status as a hero. He has successfully completed a mission that was, by all accounts, impossible. He has outmaneuvered the most powerful man in France and proved that the loyalty and courage of a single agent can, at times, outweigh the vast resources of a state intelligence network. The first great battle in the Shadow War is over, and the Queen's faction, thanks to their new recruit, has won a decisive victory. Now that we have anatomized the events of this thrilling mission, let us elevate our analysis and view it through the broader lens of espionage history and literary archetypes. The Diamond Studs affair is a perfect fictional representation of a classic intelligence operation, the recovery of a compromised asset from hostile territory. It contains all the hallmarks of a great spy story, many of which would be echoed in real-world operations and fictional thrillers for centuries to come. Let us first deconstruct the role of Milady de Winter in this operation. She is not just a thief, she is a highly effective infiltration and exfiltration agent. Her mission was to get close to the Duke of Buckingham, a high-value target, and acquire the asset. She succeeded brilliantly, using seduction and stealth to steal 2 of the studs. This type of operation, using a honeypot agent to get close to a powerful man and exploit his personal weaknesses, is one of the oldest and most effective tactics in the history of espionage. We see echoes of Milady in real-life female spies like the aforementioned Mata Hari or Virginia Hall, an American agent during World War II who used her charm and intelligence to organize resistance networks in occupied France. Milady is a master of her craft, and her success in the first phase of the operation is what creates the entire crisis. D'Artagnan's mission, in turn, is a classic asset recovery or exfiltration operation conducted under extreme time pressure. He must enter a foreign, potentially hostile nation, make contact with a friendly power, Buckingham, secure the asset, and return without being intercepted. This narrative structure is the backbone of countless spy films, from James Bond recovering a stolen weapon to Ethan Hunt retrieving a sensitive list of agents. What makes Dumas's version so compelling is the raw, untechnological nature of the mission. D'Artagnan has no gadgets, no radio, no backup team. He has only his horse, his sword, and his unwavering resolve. His journey highlights the physical and psychological toll that such missions take on a field agent. He is pushed to the absolute limit of his endurance, a solitary figure fighting against a vast, unseen network. The Duke of Buckingham's response to the crisis is also a fascinating study in the use of state power. His decision to shut down all of England's ports is an extreme, almost tyrannical measure. It is a demonstration of how, in moments of national security crisis, or, in this case, a crisis of the heart that he equates with national security, a ruler can suspend normal laws and exert absolute authority. This raises a timeless question in political thrillers. To what extent can the state justifiably infringe upon the freedoms of its citizens in the pursuit of a greater good? The Duke's actions while serving our hero's cause are those of a man who places his personal desires above the rights of his subjects, a morally ambiguous act that adds a layer of complexity to his heroic persona. Finally, the climax at the royal ball is a perfect example of a showdown in an intelligence conflict. It is not a violent battle, but a battle of information and appearances. The cardinal believes he has the winning hand, the proof of the Queen's guilt. The Queen, armed with the asset D'Artagnan has recovered, is able to counter his move and expose his plot as a malicious fabrication. In the world of espionage, this is the equivalent of presenting irrefutable counterintelligence that not only neutralizes the enemy's threat, but also discredits their entire operation. The Cardinal's public humiliation is a significant victory for the Queen's faction. It demonstrates that in the great game of courtly politics, perception is reality, and the one who controls the narrative, who holds the final piece of evidence, is the one who wins the day. In conclusion, these chapters are far more than a simple adventure. They are a brilliantly constructed spy thriller, a story of a royal heist that is rich with the classic tropes of the genre. A dangerous femme fatale, a lone hero on an impossible mission, the abuse of state power, and a final showdown where a secret is revealed. Dumas, writing in the 19th century, crafted a narrative that would become the blueprint for countless spy stories to come. He understood that the most thrilling battles are not always fought with armies, but with secrets, lies, and the courage of a few good agents. Thank you for joining me in the Emotive Archive.